Okay, good morning to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to stay here and to make the presentation of this international symposium entitled Accelerating the Implementation of Sustainable Development in Campus Activities and Programs. And, well, as you know, sustainability nowadays is a priority for our university in terms of economic, social, and environmental issues. And we think if we don't take into account this challenge, I think we could be surprised with very bad news for our planet. So we must react and we must begin to act and to implement sustainable policies. So now I want to give thanks to the members of this table. And first of all, the Dean of our faculty, of the Faculty of Education Science, and he has got the word and time to tell us something. Thank you very much, Manuel. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Bien, gracias. Buenos días a todos y a todas. Como decano de la Facultad de Ciencias de la Educación de la Universidad de La Coruña, quiero darles la bienvenida a nuestro centro, a nuestra facultad, también a nuestra universidad. Un centro y una universidad que están claramente comprometidos con la sostenibilidad. Un centro y una universidad que han progresivamente a lo largo del tiempo implementado cada vez más políticas y más acciones, no solo de concienciación, sino también acciones dirigidas a conseguir que la ciudadanía, empezando por nosotros mismos y por nuestros estudiantes, se impliquen en acciones que contribuyan a que nuestro entorno, nuestro medio ambiente, también físico, pero también social, realmente lleguen a alcanzar los estándares que nosotros nos marcamos. Vivimos tiempos muy complicados, tiempos muy difíciles, y son tiempos difíciles también para una facultad de Ciencias de la Educación, una facultad que tiene la responsabilidad de formar educadores, de formar a maestros y maestras, de formar a profesorado de secundaria, que tienen entre sus objetivos algo tan complejo como conseguir que las nuevas generaciones, a través del modelo de referencia que ellos mismos pueden presentar, que las nuevas generaciones lleguen a conseguir ese objetivo tan difícil y a veces parece que tan inalcanzable como es que nuestro planeta sobreviva a la especie humana. En esta línea de formar a formadores, de formar a educadores que consigan que nuestras nuevas generaciones se impliquen en este complejo proceso, en nuestra facultad asumimos la idea de que realmente nos enfrentamos a un gigante que es el modelo económico, el modelo de crecimiento, el modelo de consumo que tiene nuestra sociedad. Sabemos que cambiar eso no depende directamente de nosotros, pero sí indirectamente. Compartimos la idea de que probablemente el cambio político que es necesario para modificar estos paradigmas de crecimiento y de consumo desaforados que destrozan nuestro planeta y que degradan nuestra propia sociedad, creemos que eso solo se puede conseguir liderando desde la sociedad el proceso, haciendo que los políticos tengan que seguir a la ciudadanía. Una ciudadanía que tiene que estar no solo concienciada, sino actuar directamente en su día a día, cambiando sus modos de proceder, sus formas de consumir, su estilo de vida. Esta tarea es obviamente difícil, es una tarea compleja, pero es la tarea en la que los universitarios de esta Universidad de La Coruña y de este centro de la Facultad de Ciencias de la Educación estamos. Acompañados por un grupo de investigadores de nuestro centro, está aquí Adina presente, está Pedro Vega, Ángela Bugallo, investigadores que no solamente trabajan en el nivel docente, sino que también desde el punto de vista investigador contribuyen a que nuestra facultad implemente de manera cada vez más rápida medidas que la hagan llegar a ese modelo de sustentabilidad que nosotros asumimos. Pero son investigadores también que desde el punto de vista de la divulgación, de la transferencia, creo que están haciendo un trabajo extraordinario. Ellos, a los que felicito, junto a Manuel Soto naturalmente y al vicerrector, a los que felicito por la organización de este simposio, creo que serán capaces de trasladar un poco estas ideas en estas 2 jornadas de trabajo que les esperan por delante y que yo espero que sean todo lo fructíferas que necesitamos, porque de sus conclusiones, de su trabajo, se derivarán sin duda mejoras en nuestra universidad, en nuestro centro y mejoras que repercutirán sin duda en la mejora de nuestra sociedad. Así que, por mi parte, nada más. Bienvenidos. La facultad está encantada de tenerles entre nosotros, gracias a los organizadores y gracias al vicerrectorado que ha impulsado desde la Universidad de La Coruña, desde el nivel político de la Universidad de La Coruña, ha impulsado medidas que han sido trascendentales para que nuestra universidad mejore en este camino.
Muchísimas
gracias.
No, antes de continuar, retomando las palabras de Manuel, sí que he de decir que el otro día estaba revisando el indicador internacional Green Metrics. Green Metrics, sabéis que es el mejor ranking que existe para analizar la sostenibilidad ambiental y el compromiso de las instituciones y de las universidades. Nosotros tenemos un presupuesto muy reducido, en torno a 25.000 euros, nada comparable a cualquier otra universidad o a la mayor parte de universidades, y lo que sí os puedo decir es que estamos por encima de la media mundial en todos los indicadores, especialmente en el de educación ambiental. Y también lo mostrará Dina, que es una de nuestras líneas de especialización, yo creo que cruciales para poder cambiar nuestros esquemas mentales, porque no somos conscientes ni de los daños que estamos haciendo, ni de las posibles implicaciones o repercusiones que a nivel mundial puede originar este exaforado crecimiento económico, donde las grandes potencias simplemente no se ponen de acuerdo porque a ver quién está dispuesto a asumir una política, ya no digo de crecimiento, porque parece ser que las últimas corrientes en economía se están planteando esto. ¿Cómo es posible generar empleo y riqueza, pero sin que eso comprometa el futuro del planeta? Es decir, esta es una pregunta. Me encantó la reflexión que hizo nuestro decano Manuel Peralbo, porque ahí está el trasfondo de la cuestión, y cómo realmente tomar conciencia que no lo hemos hecho, Entonces entendemos que desde la universidad y desde programas formativos innovadores y pioneros sí podemos cambiar y transformar esas mentes, sobre todo los futuros egresados y las futuras egresadas, que yo creo que en ellos también está el futuro de nuestro planeta, en la medida en que podrán asumir esas decisiones que, por las razones que fuera, hoy en día no están acabando de ser asumidas o tenidas en cuenta. Bueno, vamos ahora a hacer la palabra a Walter Leal. Walter Leal. No, because we have changed the order. Sorry, Walter.
Okay, it's fine.
It's time to you, and well, I want also to give thanks to Walter Leal, and he's the chairman of the symposium, and he has worked a lot in order to implement this symposium, this congress, and he has a really fantastic international career. Actually, he works in 2 different universities, in Metropolitan Manchester University and also in Hamburg University, where he leads it's the name of the Inter-University Sustainable Development Research Program, and he's also an expert in how to manage the climate change. So this is a very nice fantastic opportunity for us to stay here. Thank you very much, Walter.
Thank you so much, Director. Thank you, dear Dean, Director of Sustainability. It's very nice for us to be here. I mean, this meeting started last December when we were in a symposium in Florence. Some of you were in Florence last year, and we discussed with Professor Pedro the idea of hosting a meeting in La Corona, and there we are. So, and also thank you for this very nice weather, ideal for work. So it's wonderful weather to work, so we don't feel sorry for being inside. This meeting has two main aims. I mean, a question I always like to pose to people is about what do we need, except for money, for supporting efforts in campus greening. Because people often say, oh, I don't do work because I have no funding. It's much more about only having money. It's about having ideas on the one hand, but also the support of the institution on the other. So the very fact we are here on this table today, the Vice Rector for Sustainability, the Dean of Faculty of Science, and the Director of Sustainability Office means that you have all the ingredients for being truly engaged in sustainability and for doing a lot of good. So apart from money, it's about organization, it's about a culture of sustainability. It's also about networking. That's why we're here together. It's also about documenting and disseminating the work you are doing. So as you're aware, apart from networking interactions, we are producing, as part of this meeting, a special issue of the International Journal of Sustainability Higher Education, to which the papers will be published. It's about documenting the work we are doing, also disseminating it. So I want to thank very much the University of A Coruña for hosting us, for giving us the opportunity to get together here, to also learn about the work you are doing, get some inspiration about the work you are doing. And I hope that by the time we finish the meeting tomorrow, we'll bring home some ideas, some inspirations, which may support the work you are doing back to our places. I know that the decision to come to a meeting is a difficult decision. We have much to do in the office. We are very busy, lots of emails. So deciding which meeting to attend is a difficult decision. But I hope that by the time we close tomorrow, you say, yes, coming here was a good decision, was a good meeting. I did a lot of networking, a lot of interaction, and I'm bringing home some inspiration. In that spirit, thank you once again for coming, and I wish us all a great symposium. Thank you for being here.
So thank you very much, Walter. I want also to emphasize the importance of management, because I am a teacher of marketing and management, and of course you need resources and you need money and you need credit, but overall you need how to organize and how to disseminate especially all of these ideas to the society. So this is our mission. And well, finally I want to introduce Adina Dumitru. Now it's in Spanish. Well, Adina Dumitru es una referencia para nosotros en el área de la sostenibilidad, no solo por su excelente carrera internacional, de una grandísima cantidad de proyectos europeos que han tenido sobre todo un gran impacto social, y gracias a toda esa trayectoria, pues nosotros creíamos que era una persona idónea para liderar el campus de la sostenibilidad, el cual fue lanzado en junio de 2018 con un grandísimo acierto. Está levantando muchísima expectación en la comunidad universitaria, y si hay algo que incluso hemos podido empezar a conseguir es que grupos de investigación que no tenían relación entre ellos o que no nos conocíamos, pues están empezando a liderar proyectos y a plantear ideas de gran relevancia. Yo creo que pueden tener un grandísimo futuro este campus en todas las áreas, económica, social y medioambiental. Si podéis, va a hacer ahora una breve presentación del campus. Están recogidas las grandes líneas de investigación a nivel económico, a nivel social, a nivel medioambiental, incluso a nivel de estilos de vida y sobre todo a nivel de arquitectura incluso, donde también tenemos grupos de investigación punteros. Ahora os va a hacer una brevísima presentación. Gracias, Adina.
Muchas gracias, Domingo. Thank you very much. I want to thank Domingo, of course, for all the support to organize this symposium, but also the chair, Walter Leal, of this symposium, for all their efforts. We have seen these efforts over email over and over again, and the smooth organization is in great part due to this wonderful collaboration between the association and also the Faculty of Educational Sciences, which is also my faculty and which hosts this symposium. But beyond hosting this symposium, what is important here is also that this faculty has done a lot of efforts in greening our campuses, in starting policies, and in implementing different measures in areas that are very relevant, such as sustainable energy, such as having a handle over our environmental footprint, over managing waste and separating waste. There has been a lot that has been done here for this, a lot of awareness raising that has been really important. First of all, I should start with a differentiation that I think is really important between a sustainability campus and also the Office of the Environment of the university. So we have two entities, which shows how seriously we take sustainability in this university. On the one hand, we have the Office of the Environment, which is led by Manuel Soto, who's here today with us and will be here during the whole symposium, has been part of the organization. And this office has worked for the last 10 years, and has a long trajectory of policies that have been implemented, the educational programs that have been implemented to make sustainability a reality and an important area of our campus activities. Not only that, but they also always keep us on the edge in terms of what needs to be done next. So, for example, we're very critical about our efforts and our next steps that we need to take, such as, for example, the fact that we want to implement more green procurement for our university. So we want to have that strengthened as a way of doing business in our university. But also beyond that, so this is the Office for the Environment, but we started, as the rector just presented, a sustainability campus, the sustainability specialization campus, which actually has the objective of strengthening research, education, and transference in transversal areas that have to do with sustainability. So in order to push knowledge beyond its boundaries and to push, let's say, to break up the silos of disciplines and start working truly interdisciplinarily in bringing sustainability to the forefront. So I will just say a few words about what we plan to do with the campus, what we have been doing so far, what's the objective of this campus. So it starts with an awareness that we have challenges today that are intersecting and that create certain types of vulnerabilities. We do not focus only on environmental challenges, which are very obvious to all of us today. We're all very aware that climate change is an important challenge we face. But we also consider that social challenges, economic challenges, and also educational challenges are very important in dealing with the problems we face today. So we want to act at that intersection. How can we promote more well-being while at the same time reducing inequality, reducing social polarization, and at the same time mitigating climate change? And what we think we need to do for that is we need to change our lifestyles, we need to transform our governance systems. We also need to transform our infrastructure and our economies and our patterns of unsustainable production and consumption. So how do we plan to do that? We have a new vision for that, which is on the one hand to promote excellent science, but excellent science that's not only disciplinary, but is inter and transdisciplinary, and also to promote innovation. So to push innovation forward in this production of disruptive knowledge for sustainability that can also be brought to practice easily. We think what we need for that is systemic but also systems thinking. So instead of considering, as I was saying before, these challenges as separate, we need to consider them as intersecting. We need to think about our ecological systems, social systems, and economic systems as intertwined and intersecting. What we decided to do is then establish 4 transversal focus areas for our research, for our education, and for our transference, which represent some of the strengths of this university and also the work that is being done by different research groups here. On the one hand, we want to focus on an area that is called cities and territories, sustainable cities and territories, which refer mostly to urban planning and architectural systems, but also engineering systems that have the purpose of transforming those technologies and infrastructure that I was mentioning before. We also want to focus on a circular economy. So another area of a specialization for the campus is promoting a circular economy, research into the circular economy. We also think that it's important, and we have another area of specialization that refers to healthy, active living, because we think that in changing those habits that lead us to ill health, we also can tackle some of the challenges that have to do with unsustainable lifestyles. And finally, and maybe most importantly for us here today, is the area of social sustainability and environmental education. We think that without that, a sustainable society is not possible. But we also think that there has been an overemphasis on technological and infrastructural transformation, while sometimes ignoring or at least not giving as much attention to the social transformation and the sustainable lifestyles transformation that we need. So how do we plan to do that? I mentioned that one of our goals here is to promote interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary science. But we think that should be done within a paradigm of knowledge co-production. So we think knowledge today cannot be the handle of experts or only the property of experts, but needs to be done in networks and needs to be done with different stakeholders that have an important stake, as the name says, in sustainability transformations. And that includes government organizations, but it also includes business, it includes civil society, and we need to be able to work in these networks at national, regional, and international levels to be able to bring sustainability to the forefront. We also think we need transformative education. And in achieving this goal of transformative education for sustainability, we need to be able to educate our future generations with new skills needed for this systems thinking and for sustainability transitions. We also need to be open to the world and need to make our campuses an open and experimental living lab that allows for these generations, which are also the future generations, to make that transition to sustainability. We've done several studies, but one of the studies we've done actually a few years ago has been on how the university itself can not only be a living lab for transformations towards sustainability, but how it can also act as a place, as a workplace where different people, we are big organizations, so where workers, in this case academic and also administrative staff, can acquire and can learn more sustainable behavior and how that can be translated to other areas of life. Finally, we think that transference of knowledge has to be done with social impact in mind. And we think we should work within a framework of what is now called the quintuple helix. It used to be called the triple helix, the collaboration between private, public, and university, but now it extends to the media, to civil society, because we do need to work with all these actors to disseminate our knowledge and also to disseminate new ways of behaving. So we think that the campus can act as an innovation hub, and we have a few methodologies for that. We will present a bit later today one of our projects, one of our star projects, which relates to the creation of innovation labs within the university that work within this quintuple helix approach, so that we can achieve these knowledge co-production objectives and achieve sustainability and transference to society. So I think I will stop here. There's a lot more about the campus and about other specialization areas that you will hear about today, but this is just a short introduction for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Adina. Very nice presentation, brilliant, I think, in very great way, what is Sustainability Specialization Campus. So now it's time. I am receiving plenty of WhatsApps at this time, so I need to leave now. Thank you very much. From our institution, it's an honor you to stay here, and well, it's now I declare launched the Simposio of Accelerating the Implementation of Sustainable Development in Campus Activities and Programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, everyone, we now split the various sessions. You know which sessions you are. They are all downstairs, so we can start now the sessions.